I like how she was just so faithful. She like just trusted God. She just followed Naomi to wherever she was going.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't know. She didn't have any friends there. She left what she was used to and just trusted the Lord.
Hey everyone, this is Yvette Hampton. Welcome back to the Schoolhouse Rocked podcast. We are back for day 3 of this week. We are celebrating our 300th episode. And I am back with my third, well, you're not number 3 in the line of my favorite people, but you are one of my 3 favorite people in all the world. This is Lacey. She is my youngest daughter. Say hi.
Hi.
I am so glad to have you with me today.
I'm glad to be here.
I know you have actually been asking to be on the podcast
since like episode 1.
Right. Since like episode 1. And so as Dad and I were thinking about this week and we were talking about like, who do we have on for episode 300, for our whole week of celebrating 300 episodes? I was like, our family, that's what we need to do. We need to interview our family because people hear about you all the time, but I wanted them to get to know you. So I am super excited that you are on with me today.
Yes.
Introduce yourself. Tell people about you.
So I'm Lacey. I'm 10 years old. I like going outside and playing. I make friends pretty easily. And I can make friends with pretty much anybody.
Yep. You are good at making friends.
Yeah.
And you do love to play outside.
I do.
What happened last week outside of our house?
Oh, they put dirt piles next to our house. And they were so fun, but they just cleaned them up.
Oh, did they clean them up?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're building houses. We right now are living in a new neighborhood, and so they're building all these houses right next to us. And so they came, this big dump truck, 4 dump trucks came and dumped these 4 massive piles of dirt right next to our house. And Lacey was like, "Oh my goodness, this is so exciting!" Yeah. So we just finished making a movie about homeschooling. And this has been a crazy journey for our family for the last 5 years. And I interviewed your sister and we were talking about just some of the things that God has done. And we were talking about the fact that you were so little when we started. When we started pre-production on the movie, you were only 5 and now you're almost 11. You were 5, you were almost 6. You're 10, you're almost 11. And so this has been literally like half of your life that we've been making a movie, right?
Yep.
Tell us, okay, if you could sum it up in one word, how would you sum up the last 5 years?
Exciting.
Exciting?
Exciting.
Do you want more than one word?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Exciting, scary, and fun, but sad at sometimes.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
Those are good ways. We've had exciting times. We've had fun times. We've had scary times and we've had sad times. So let's talk about some of those things because what has been the most exciting part? Take us back. And I had Brooklyn do this too. Kind of take us back to that time when we were selling stuff. We were getting ready to leave California. We had started production on this crazy movie that we were going to make. And we were venturing off to travel to, we didn't even know where at the time, actually. We were like, well, we're going to kind of head to Georgia, but we didn't really know where we would end up. So can you even think back? I mean, you were so young, but what were your thoughts at that time?
Well, like I say in the movie, I thought it was going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was fun, but it was sad leaving like Rachel and all my friends in California, Rachel and Hannah, and just everybody who I knew and was very close with in California. And so it was hard leaving them.
And of course, Grandma and Auntie.
And, yeah, of course. So like it was hard leaving everything I knew and everything I was used to.
Right.
In California. But it was fun getting to do something new.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's what I think.
So what are some of the most exciting things that you have experienced over the past few years?
So exciting, what would you say exciting is? Like exciting, like happy exciting, or like exciting, like scary, kind of fun exciting?
Both.
Okay, so happy, exciting was like, I don't know. A lot of stuff has been very exciting and happy and fun, but I don't really know.
Well, maybe think of some of the places that we've traveled to.
Oh, I thought Tennessee was really fun, butchering chickens and and making noodles. That was really fun. Staying with the Whites.
Yep, they were an amazing family.
We just had a lot of fun there. That was really exciting. I thought butchering chickens was my favorite.
Harvesting, remember?
Harvesting.
So we can't say butchering, harvesting. So we had a family who they were just an incredibly hospitable family, and they allowed us to come and stay in their barn dominium a couple of times as we've had to be in Nashville for different reasons. And they have 4 kids now.
Yep.
But every single morning, their kids would be standing at the door waiting for you, looking through the window, waiting to see when Lacey was awake. And as soon as you would wake up in the morning, you would get dressed and eat breakfast really fast. And you guys would be out and you would play basically all day on the farm. And it was
so much fun.
It was so much fun. That was a really, really fun
And they had
trip. Couple times.
Bubba the donkey.
Right.
Or was Honky first or was Bubba first?
I think they had Bubba first.
Okay. So they had Bubba and then they got Honky later.
Right. So you got a taste of farm living and farm life, which you had never done before because we're city people. We always have lived in the city.
Well, I liked the farm living and farm life.
Oh, me too. I like farm living too.
Yeah.
I want to live on a farm with animals, but I don't want to have to take care of the animals.
I'll take care of the animals.
Okay, you'll take care of the animals. You heard it here. Lacey said she would take care of the animals.
Yeah.
So that has been an exciting thing. What you said as far as exciting, what was the other excitement?
Well, I don't know, because there's exciting can be a lot of different things. Like I said, fun, exciting.
Right.
Scary, exciting. Like a roller coaster is kind of scary, exciting.
Right. So what's been scary, exciting?
Probably leaving California, but the not knowing where we were going, that was scary, but really exciting.
Yeah.
That was probably the most scary, exciting thing.
What of the places that we've been, not including Tennessee, but some different monuments and stuff that we've been, because we've been to Washington, D.C., we've been to Mount Rushmore, we've been to the Grand Canyon. We've, driven through the Badlands of South Dakota.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've been to so many different states. Do you have a favorite state? Do you have a favorite thing that we've done, someplace that we've gone to?
I liked the Grand Canyon. That was my all-time favorite. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
And Mount Rushmore.
Oh, yes.
And the lake house. I love the lake house.
Oh, yes. Yes.
The lake house is the best.
Yes, we have some good friends who own a lake house in Alabama, and they have allowed us to stay there and get rest a couple of times when we have really been very, very tired and weary and needed a break. And they've said, no one's in the lake house this week, come and stay. And that's been an incredible blessing to our family. So that's been a lot of fun. Though it terrified me when you and your sister jumped in the lake the first time we went, because it was so dark and I thought you were just going to be swallowed up by, I don't know, sea monsters or something.
And then after that, the Wilsons ended up telling us that there were snakes in the lake.
Oh, no. I don't remember that.
What?
I think typically you can see the snakes on the water, though. Yeah. I don't think they swim under the water very often. So, so fun. We are going to take a quick break, and then I want to come back and talk about your homeschool journey.
Okay.
You're not inadequate. You are perfectly capable. I mean, what is it about a parent that when their child turns 5, all of a sudden the parent's no longer a viable option? Like, oh, you're done. Now it's the school's turn.
I think the quality of education has steadily deteriorated in America. There is an agenda to steal our children.
You feel inadequate because you've been taught by our school system that you're inadequate.
We had no frame of reference for homeschooling other than it just seemed like torture. Like, why would a sane woman choose to be locked up with her kids for 18 years in a row when a school bus would come and take them away and give you like a 9-hour break every day?
No one knows your child better than you do, and no one loves your child more than you do.
And homeschooling changes the game on everything. Homeschooling allows us to say to the child, what sort of life do you want? What sort of God-given dreams, talents, and abilities is he speaking into you?
When we think about classroom education and we ask what makes for good education, almost every professional educator will say low student-teacher ratio, teachers who care, good methods, good curriculum. Well, in homeschooling, you get the best of all of those things.
What we discovered is that it's very efficient to homeschool.
You have the person who knows the student the best. You have the ability to customize the curriculum around the student. You have a great student-teacher ratio.
And I realized I am accomplishing with Sierra in 25 minutes to an hour every day what is taking the school system 8 hours a day, 5 days a week to accomplish with my older daughter. I loved watching the light bulb come on and watching her want to sit down and read with me. And I loved spending time with her.
There are just so many benefits, including being able to have a relationship with your own children.
Continue doing what you're doing. Don't give up, because I do believe that homeschool moms are America's greatest heroes.
We are back with Lacey. I should say we're back with Lacey Lou, because that's what we call you, right?
Yes.
You have a lot of nicknames, but Lacey Lou is the one that I typically call you.
Lacey Lou. I have a bunch of shirts that say Lacey Lou. All my Pinterest account, not all my Pinterest accounts, my Pinterest account, everything is Lacey Lou.
Lacey Lou. Yes. So Lacey Lou, thinking back through your homeschool journey, what would you say is your favorite thing about being homeschooled?
I like traveling, being able to be free and like if we have to go somewhere, I like how we're able to do that because we're not in school, so we don't have to like take time off of school and
right.
Yeah, I like that. That's really fun.
And you're a great traveler. You're really good at being in the car and entertaining yourself in the car, and you never complain. You've always been really good at traveling, except when you were a baby, you hated to be in the car.
Yeah.
But
but that's most babies, right?
No, some babies really like being in the car.
A lot of babies.
But a lot of babies don't like being in the car, and you did not. So I'm glad that has changed.
Yeah.
So that is a great favorite thing. That is one of my favorite things about homeschooling. What is one of your least favorite things about being homeschooled?
Not being in a class every day, because I actually really like being like in a class with other kids. I kind of actually like being under pressure, like under a time limit. Like when I did the IEW class, we had a time limit for how long it took us to write, and I liked that. Yeah. So that's one of my least favorite things.
Yep. You like that challenge. Though you've never, ever been to traditional school before.
No.
So you can only really just kind of imagine what it would be like. And you like to be out with people. You love people.
I do.
It's one of my favorite things about you. You
I
are
love
joyful
being
and
with people.
Yep. You love meeting people, and you're very good at that. What are some of the things that excite you the most? Like if you could think through, like, this is what God made me for, what would you think? Like, let's fast forward to your life, let's say 15 years from now, when you're 25 years old. I won't hold you to this, but what do you hope that God will have done with your life?
I honestly hope I'm married with like 3 kids, and I really want to be a mom.
Oh, I love that. I really want you to be a mom too.
Because you want to be a grandma.
Because I want to be a grandma.
But yeah. It's gonna be hard being an adult, but I think it'll be so much fun.
So do you you said it's going to be hard being an adult. Do you look at adulthood, at, Daddy and I and the other adults around you, and think, man, that looks really hard? No. You just assume it's going to be hard?
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard, but I think it looks really fun.
Yes, there are a lot of fun things about being an adult.
Like Addison, she's so cute. I think it's going to be so much fun being a new mom and having a baby.
Addison is our neighbor's new baby who
she's so
Lacey
cute.
Absolutely adores, and
she's so little.
Yeah, she's only a couple months old, so that is really fun. I can't wait, and I hope that the Lord blesses you with lots and lots and lots of kids.
Well, maybe just like 3, but yeah.
Only 3? Well, let's just say 3 to start.
Yeah, 3 to start.
3 to start. As you think back to the last 5 years and being part of production, because you actually helped a lot as we were making the movie. What are some of the things that you helped with, and what are some of your memories of filming Schoolhouse Rocked?
Well, I remember doing the slate a lot, which
Yep.
you can actually see behind you. The slate is right there.
Yep.
And we still have it. I remember doing that a lot.
Right.
I did the slate like every time.
Yes. Pretty
And
much
that was
anytime
fun.
you were around, you always wanted to slate every
It was
take.
so fun.
It was fun.
And I remember slating with Heidi, and she would always make a silly face in the beginning. And it was fun.
She was really fun to film with.
Yes.
That's right. So, what is your favorite part of the movie? Because you've seen the movie now several times as we've test screened it, made changes and stuff. Do you have a part that is your favorite part?
I have a couple favorite parts. They're mostly of me and Brooklyn together.
Yeah.
But like of our family. And some are just of Brooklyn. I like when Brooklyn's at the petting zoo.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, and she's just so little. She was like 4
Yep.
or 5, maybe 5.
She was pretty little.
And then I like the part where we're dancing together.
Oh, yes.
And I was little and was a very, very bad dancer. But it was still cute.
You were about 1.5 years, I think, in that scene. So is it weird for you to watch the movie and see yourself kind of growing up through the movie?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like interesting
Mm-hmm.
because it's fun to watch myself, like fun to see different scenes that I don't remember at all.
Right.
Like, of course, I don't remember myself dancing at 1.5.
Right.
And I don't, that one scene also of me saying, I love you, Mommy, when I was just a little baby.
Yeah.
I don't remember that, but that's really fun to watch.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But it's cool.
It's exciting to have cameras, to live in a day and age where we have cameras and video cameras that we can capture those moments, because it's so easy to forget those things. When we left California, you were, like I said, you were 6. You had just turned 6.
Yeah.
And so we have watched you grow in so many ways. Not obviously physically you've grown,
Yeah.
but we have watched you grow spiritually in a lot of ways in your relationship with the Lord. How would you be able to describe how you have changed, how your relationship with God has changed over the last 5 years?
Probably like reading my Bible and praying a lot more, because I had like sometimes the hardest things make you grow a lot because you have stuff to pray about and you have stuff to like look in the Bible about. So probably in that way, I've looked, like I read my Bible like every day now, and that's good.
Yeah. You're actually working to read through the Bible. Do you have a favorite book of the Bible?
Ruth.
Ruth.
I really like the story of Ruth.
Why?
Because I like how she was just so faithful. She like just trusted God. She just followed Naomi to wherever she was going.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't know. She didn't have any friends there. She left what she was used to
Yeah.
and just trusted the Lord.
Sounds a little bit familiar, right?
Yes.
I love that. I love that God is growing you through his word, and that he has done that so faithfully over the last couple years. I want to ask you one more question.
Mm-hmm.
How have you seen your relationship with your sister grow? Because really through a lot of this, you girls have only had each other. And I know you talked about leaving friends and family in California and how that was really hard for you. But you've had each other, and I'm so grateful that the Lord has established that relationship for you. How has your relationship with Brooklyn developed and grown over the years?
I don't know. We've kind of been spending more time together because we've, like you said, we just have each other.
Right.
I mean, we have people now, but
Sure.
we used to just have each other. So I feel like we spend a lot more time together. We do, well, we kind of don't anymore, but we did sister sleepovers, and that was a lot of fun. So
Right. Which is funny because you guys are together all the time. Well, you said you don't anymore, but you still do that. I mean, you've
well,
done it.
I said we kind of don't. Like, we just do it less.
So explain a sister sleepover.
It's like, well, it's mostly when you don't share a room.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like where one person goes to the other person's room and you just like, it's like having a sleepover with a friend, just you're with your sister. Yeah, and it's just like having a sleepover with anybody else, just with your sister.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, you girls are literally across the hall from each other, but but you think that's fun. So
Yeah.
I love it. I love to see how your relationship has developed and it's continuing to develop, especially as you get older, because as you are maturing and your sister is maturing, I see your relationship with each other growing and maturing, and that you girls are starting to have more in common with each other and enjoying the same things.
Yeah, like this morning, she did my makeup, and now we're like, when I was 5, I wouldn't have sat still to let her do my makeup, and she wouldn't have cared to do it, and we got to have a dance party, and we just like hung out, and it was fun.
So let's clarify, because we don't typically let you wear makeup.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But because we were recording and going to be on video.
And you can't see it.
You really can't see it. But she did some like blush and did she do eyeshadow on you?
No.
No? Just some blush.
And a little bit of foundation. I looked like a ghost when I put her foundation on, because she's paler than me. So I literally looked like a ghost.
That's so fun.
She had to.
I love that you girls have those fun memories with one another. So, well, thank you. I want to read one last verse for you. At the end of Brooklyn's interview, I read her dedication verse. And when we dedicated you as a baby, this was the verse that Daddy chose for you. And it's Habakkuk 3:17 and 18. And it says, though the fig tree should not blossom, nor fruit be on the vines, the produce of the oil fail, and the fields yield no food, the flock be cut off from the fold, and there be no herd in the stalls, yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will take joy in the God of my salvation. And I love that last line. It says, I will take joy in the God of my salvation. Your middle name is Joy, and you are so joyful. Your name, Lacey, actually means cheerful.
So I'm cheerful joy.
So you're cheerful joy, and you really are, you fit that name perfectly. You are a cheerful, joyful girl, and I am so grateful for you. So thank you for joining me today.
Yes.
I'm so glad. And thank you for celebrating 300 episodes of the Schoolhouse Rocked podcast.
Yes.
Yay. It's been a fun week. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Make sure you share this podcast with a friend, and please consider a donation to the Schoolhouse Rocked ministry. You can go to schoolhouserocked.com. You'll see the donate here button, and you can make a tax-deductible donation there. So thank you guys for joining us this week. We will be back on Monday with another fantastic guest. Until then, have a great afternoon. Bye.
Bye.